What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about backpacks because I got a new one. Now my new backpack is the Biltwell Exfil 48. I'm gonna come back to it though. I'm gonna set it off to the side and talk about my old backpack to kind of give some context as to how I formed some opinions about backpacks. Now my old backpack is just a I think it was a pretty cheap backpack. Someone gave it to me. I actually don't even know the brand or model. There's no kind of markings on it or anything. But if you go on Amazon and search for small tactical backpack, you can find a bunch very similar for about 35 bucks. So first I want to start with some things that I don't really like about this backpack. That way we can kind of end on a positive note. The main thing I don't really like about this backpack is the build quality. You can see it's kind of tearing a little bit at the seam here. And it hasn't been a problem riding a motorcycle, but it's not very comfortable. I've worn it to like theme parks and stuff before. And once you load it down with a couple drinks and souvenirs and stuff like that, my back starts to hurt by the end of the day. But if all you're doing is going to work and you have some rain gear and some lunch in it, then it's not bad. There, I'll put y'all here. So there's one big pocket here. Oh, this zipper broke, so that goes back to my build quality stuff. This zipper pull broke a long time ago. But there's one main pocket with a little mesh thing there. Another pretty big pocket. I don't think I've ever used this pocket for anything at all. And then a little pocket here. I've put like sunglasses and keys and stuff in there. And then another pocket here with some organizers that you could put pens or wrenches or I don't know, other stuff. So for a daily commuting backpack, this is the perfect size, you know, if all you're carrying is rain gear and lunch. You know, this is exactly what I wanted. I really like all of the MOLLE webbing that's everywhere on it. You know, I've got stuff tied to it, and just how modular this backpack is in general. Alright, so quick side story about how modular this backpack is, and one of the things that I really liked about it. So a while ago, me and a buddy rode a couple hours up the coast and found a place to stop for lunch to get some pizza, and then, you know, rode back. But we had some leftovers and we didn't want to waste them. We wanted to bring them home with us. So my buddy was on the KLR, so we put the pizza on the luggage rack on the back of his KLR, and then we put my backpack on top of the pizza, and then since the straps unbuckle, you know, we could put these straps through the rack of his KLR, and then, you know, cinch my backpack down to the pizza, and we rode a couple hours back with our leftovers like that. But it's just got so many straps and points that you can tie to and stuff that you can clip to, that like you just have a lot of options for being able to lash stuff to this bag. And this has been a great little bag that I've had for many years. It has a hip belt, but I lost the hip belt a long time ago. So yeah, sorry I can't post a link or anything to this exact bag because I don't know the brand or the model or anything, but like I said, you can probably find one very similar, and this is a very good daily commuting bag. And I kind of harped on the build quality with the broken zipper and this torn seam here, but I've probably had this bag for 2 years and I've carried it every single day. So, you know, for a $35 bag, that's not bad. One more thing before I hop over to the Biltwell is this bag is not at all waterproof. I've been through the rain with it, and all of my stuff inside it just gets absolutely soaked. But it's not meant to be a motorcycle bag, so, you know, that's kind of what it is. Alright, so the meat and potatoes, this is what you guys are here for. This is the Biltwell Exfil 48 motorcycle backpack. Just kind of open it up real quick. It's one big main pocket. I've got my lunchbox and my rain gear in it still from when I went to work yesterday. So inside you've got one big pocket. You've got these little side flaps that open from the outside. You can put water bottles, or you could put a fuel bottle in there and then be able to get in there. If you're stuck on the side of the road, you can get to your fuel bottle from the side without having to open up your whole backpack. And then you've got your laptop pocket with a little bit of padding. There's more padding on the back side, so that's kind of nice. And then a strap to hold your laptop still. Then you've got this top pocket here that you can toss miscellaneous stuff in. It's got this little pocket that has a nice soft fleece lining. I usually put a pair of sunglasses in there. Working your way to the front, we have these straps. These straps are actually how you would strap it to a sissy bar. They go around and mount to the back of the backpack here. So you would put your backpack on your passenger seat or your luggage rack or whatever, and then these straps would go through the sissy bar like that, and then you loosen them up and clip it back to the backpack. And I'll talk more about these straps here in a minute because they do some cool stuff that I want to talk about. And then you've got these cinch straps down at the bottom that have plenty of room, adjustability, that you could put a tent or a sleeping bag or a bedroll or something in there if you wanted to. And then this bottom pocket here, I've got my phone mount in it. And then you've got pockets for, you could put fuses or smaller tools, and then you've got the organizers for the wrenches, just like the Exfil 80 that I did before. Put that back in there for now. Okay, so a couple little nitpicks I have about this bag. I don't really want to say it's things that I don't like about it, but I do have a couple little tiny nitpicks. I would have liked these MOLLE loops on the bottom pocket as well. I understand why they didn't, because they have this PVC coating that's going to be really durable. So, I guess that's a fair trade-off, that you have more durability when on the part that's going to see the most impact, like sitting your bag down on the ground and stuff. I also would have liked to see this 1-inch MOLLE down the sides. I get why they put the 2-inch MOLLE that's loose. So it's supposed to be a motorcycle backpack, so I see where it would be nice to have stuff to tie to. The biggest nitpick I have, the thing about this motorcycle backpack that I find the most annoying, is that they designed this bag to be a motorcycle backpack, and all these other straps have these elastic tie backs for them so that the tails don't flap around, but the shoulder straps don't have any way to secure these tails. So when I'm riding down the road, these tails are just flapping around and just whooping me on the sides. So it would have been really nice, in my opinion, to either have a piece of elastic right here to secure that, or maybe a magnet or a snap that you could snap that down. Or I think what I'm probably going to do is put a zip tie through this hem here and then just zip tie it to that, just to keep that from flapping. That's my biggest complaint. That's not a big deal, but for a motorcycle backpack, I would have thought that they would have thought about that. The other small little complaint I have is that being a laptop backpack, I would have liked a zipper right here to be able to get my laptop in and out without having to completely unload all of my gear that I have in the bag. So those are my nitpicks. Again, it's nothing crazy. There's really nothing wrong with this backpacks. I don't want to say it's things that I don't like about it, because it's not that I don't like it. It's just a couple little tiny things that I personally would have done different. Now, things that I like about this backpack, this is also a very good size. I can keep my rain gear and my lunch, and it's a little bit bigger than my old backpack, so that's kind of nice that if I have other things that I need to take to work, or if I'm going out of town for the weekend, there's room for all of that. But it's not gigantic. If I need more than what this bag can carry, I'll take the Exfil 80. As I've said, I really like the MOLLE webbing. You guys saw the attachments on my other backpack. I'm going to pull some of those off at some point and put them on here because it's nice to be able to attach things to it. Oh, something that I really appreciated about this bag. They say that it's water resistant. They don't claim it to be waterproof at all. But I will say I rode through an absolute monsoon with it a couple nights ago. And it just pounded me for 18 miles. That's what my commute is, 18 miles. And it just poured on me the entire time. I had my lunchbox and a clean t-shirt in here. That was all I had. And when I got home, there was just the tiniest little spot of water on my shirt where I think it may have been this seam here leaked on it, and it was just the tiniest little bit of water. So even though they don't claim it's waterproof, it's pretty darn waterproof. Now that being said, I was wearing it as a backpack. It wasn't strapped to a sissy bar, so my torso did like take most of the water. I think probably a lot of the water that ended up on the bag was probably water that just like ran down the straps or around the side of me. Maybe if it was strapped to the sissy bar where more rain was falling directly on it, that might be a different story. It might not do as well then. I might have to try that at some point actually. So I'll set you all back down here. So I mentioned I would come back to these straps. Something that they did put some forethought into is that these buckles will buckle to each other. So if you've got like let's say a tent that's too big to fit in here, you want it to fit vertically, you can loosen these straps up and clip them to each other. They don't have to go back to their buckles. Or an idea I had is that you could buckle these together like that and maybe somehow strap them to the Exfil 80. I don't know that I would trust this strap by itself like that, but I've got other straps that I can add to it to reinforce it. So, that's not where that needed to go. This goes back in here. Alright, so that's my overall thoughts and impressions on the Biltwell Exfil 48 motorcycle backpack. I got this backpack because I was impressed with the Exfil 80, and I gotta say I'm just as impressed with this backpack. I think it's going to be a great daily backpack for me. This isn't really a first thoughts because I've had it for a few weeks already. As I said, I've gotten to use it a little bit. And yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with it. So I know I mentioned that I had a few nitpicks about it, but those are very, very small concerns. Overall, this is a great backpack, and I'm very happy to have it. Anyway, that's all I had for today, so I'll catch you guys later with more truck and or motorcycle stuff. Oh yeah, truck's outside, yay! So making progress on it. There'll be more videos on it coming soon. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll catch y'all later.